Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Vault-Tec's AROD water purifier, which is being made by user Glass Rebar, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a simply gigantic water purifier that more or less creates all the water you'll ever need for your settlements in a fairly non-cheaty way, requiring time, effort, and resources, all in all making it a pretty cool part, and something I think is a valuable addition to any settlement. Now, how exactly do you get your hands on the purifier, and well, how big is it? Well, let's go over here to where I've built one in the water, and as you can see, it's pretty gigantic. In fact, if we sort of scoot out into the water here a bit more, you can see it from multiple sides. It is just a large, gigantic industrial water purifier, which I put next to sort of a standard one so you can see the size comparison. And yeah, this thing will produce a ton of water, but it also does require quite a bit of power. Now, how you actually build this is, well, fairly simple. You just have to go into the workshop like with any water part and go to Resources, Water, and then over to the Vault-Tec's AROD, which, as you can see, requires 80 oil, 40 ceramic, 200 rubber, 80 copper, 400 steel, 120 screws, 25 circuitry, 100 power to operate, as well as rank 4 in science and rank 1 in Vault-Tec engineering. And this is a special unique skill that you do have to obtain to actually create this Vault-Tec's AROD. Now, how you do that is you simply need to go out into the world and head down to Vault 88, and I've got some video here. Go into the east sector. After you've cleared all that out, you will find on the right hand side a magazine which will give you that particular perk, and with it you can build yourself the Vault-Tec AROD. Now, as you can see here, it can be built on both land as well as water, like we put it on down there. So it's very versatile. You can use it in all sorts of environments. Just remember to attach 100 electric power into this thing to operate. And as you did see, for that 100 power, yeah, you produce 1,000 water, which is a lot, granted, but considering the fact that you do have to go out into the world to find this skill, you do have all the resources here that you must create or find to build it, and then of course the fact that, well, you need quite a bit of power to actually power it. I actually think it's a pretty well balanced mod, all things considered. Now, as for its, what am I going for here? Sort of how it compares, I'm just going to kind of quickly scroll down on my second monitor here, which means I do have to hit escape, and it's equivalent to 25 of the industrial purifiers, but the cost to build it, though great, is actually 20% cheaper than the component cost to build 25 industrial purifiers. And of course, it does only take up one sort of small area in your settlement rather than 25 of these things, which all in all I think is a pretty good trade. But yeah, that is the Vault-Tec AROD water purifier mod. Not a whole lot to talk about with it. It's a beautiful thing, requiring a lot of power, a fair amount of resources, but will produce you quite a bit of water at, I think, a reasonable cost. So if you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, which I would definitely recommend you go and do, especially if you do tend to need a lot of water, but don't have a whole lot of areas for you to put, the typical water purifiers into. So go check it out, a link in the description as per usual, but that is going to be it for today. Pretty short video, because, well, it's a single part mod. So I hope you all have enjoyed and that you do come back for the next, but until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!